So I'm driving up Crane Mountain Road right now. In a brave attempt to solo camp. I still have no idea where I'm going to go camping. The first spot is on a trailhead, so I could take a little walk. It has a nice fire pit, but other people are going to show up for the trailhead. So the next spot up the mountain has a nice view, a little off the road, but there's no rocks for a fire pit. And I bought a little bit of kindling firewood with me just in case, because usually right at the nice campsite you're not going to find anything. We're set, and I'm gonna check out this first spot a little bit. Gotta do at least a little bit of a walk here. We've got Arnica right here. I don't know how good that's gonna pick up, but this yellow plant is Arnica, and we could put that on our skin directly if on bruises and muscle strains, and put it in skin salves. And it works so good, you can see it working before your very eyes. So here's this campsite. The wildflowers are out now. Here's the trailhead. And a slight view of the mountains. And more wildflowers. Well, fresh air is doing me some good already. All right, I got some rocks from this construction worker zone at the campsite for wherever the loggers left. And I found these weeds that are medicinal. So I picked some. I just read about them and I can't even remember what they're for. So I'll have to review that today. And I gotta drive further up to the next, it's kind of a little offshoot road campsite. So this will have a better view and actual real shade. Because I'm thinking tomorrow this spot's going to have no shade, and that's going to suck. So I'm going to keep going up the hill. Swan Mountain Range. Now we're getting up into where the huckleberries grow at this altitude. Everybody's got their own secret spot. You can't tell anyone. Our spot's all rugged. You have to get all banged up and bloody just to get up there, so no one else found them. I found them on accident one day looking for a creek to wash my bloody leg. These are good views.
I made a work of art. Girl, don't pick yourself apart. I can crush your dreams, but only just take it from me. The world is hard on beautiful things.
This road's just a dead end. It used to go all the way over in the old days. It was originally the old ancient trail system. Well, I brought a grill. I brought a sterno candle. I brought some firewood and kindling, so I don't know how big or what I'm going to do with the fire pit yet. But I brought enough rocks, because there were only like 2 left here. Looks like we're going to get a really good sunset. Oops. Amazing views of the lake. And I forgot, but there's actually views of the mountains too. Mountain Girls Mountain View. So, I have officially made my little camping spot. I got 2 cheap camping mattresses there and 2 feather blankets. So I should be comfy. And I'm sleeping in the minivan for safety, because I am in bear country with no dog. I'm camping solo in comfort. I got all this extra room back here. I might use my sterno candle to make my sleepy time tea right there with all that room. Or if it was raining. And I got 2 different just El Cheapo camping mats. Should be good. Other than the unexpected mosquitoes, it's pretty dry up here on a hill, away from any kind of lake or whatever, pond. So, if that's the worst place I have camping solo is mosquitoes, that's not too bad. Well, this is definitely the spot for the views. Got quite a nice fire going. Got my grill out. Still not sure what I'm eating. Probably eggs. Because eggs are really easy to cook fast on low heat. You don't even need much coals. And I'm going to probably heat up water for tea. Watch the sky turn orange. Got this all set out right where it's measured. The nice rocks I found. I'm going to shovel some coals under there in a minute with this. Now, show you the view. It's amazing. Right now, the mountains show and everything. And the entire lake view. Right behind me. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. So that's Flathead Lake. We're in Flathead National Forest. And this camping spot is kind of like a place people would come shoot guns at this spot here and drink beers. So I've already cleaned up a few. Of course, I will be indulging in herbal tea. And lots of coffee. And I've got two kinds of coffee. I've got instant coffee, and if that doesn't cut it, I will make cowboy coffee. Solo camping at its best. The only other creature are birds. Well, it's almost dark, and fire's building up good. The way I got this grill set up, ready for these rocks. As soon as this dies down, I leave it open here to feed logs in and out. As soon as that dies down, I'll just put my pots and pans right on there. Okay, now I got my grill set up. Pots and pans out. Got just a little one where I'm going to heat up water for tea. And have to have tea before bed. And this is my little frying pan that cooks eggs perfectly. The eggs could actually be cooked just under a sterno candle really fast. And but I'm using a little bit of firewood. I'm trying to kind of save stuff. I might want to have a fire in the morning. That way I can make cowboy coffee. I brought tons of water. In case I need to extinguish the fire. I'm stepping away from smoke and stepping out of camera range at the same time. Then when we set up the rocks like this, the handle's off to the side and shouldn't get as hot. And my secret trick for that is I'll wrap a newspaper around it if it's too hot. And use it like a insulator. Catching the end of the sunset. Beautiful pink. A little bit of bird singing. And I have a shovel and tons of water for fire safety. Well, it's just about dark. My fire's got some nice coals. And I've decided I have a sweet tooth. I don't want eggs. So I'm gonna cook some instant oatmeal in this nice mug I got here. And I got my teacup here. Insulated cup. I'm gonna have a sort of a chai spice tea. So I always got a little tiny pile of sticks here. Just feed them under there. And you get the rocks of the campfire where they're open on the end. That's the technique. Alrighty, I survived the night. Beautiful day. And I'm using a sterno candle to heat water right away. I don't know if I want to make a fire today. I need coffee. Coffee coming shortly. It's weird how you can't see the flame on that during the day. Well, quite a view. After a bit of coffee, I shall be renewed. When I made the plan to camp here, I didn't realize the mountains were in view. I thought the trees were covering up the mountain. And then over here I got this full lake view. That's really neat. Cheers! Well, I'm awake now. I've been out wandering a bit and found so many wildflowers, I thought I should talk about it. So these rocky outcroppings here follow all the way along this hill ridge, are leftovers from the glaciers. They scraped everything else off and left bedrock. And these areas have a whole different, it's like a different biosphere, and there's a whole different plant biodiversity. So right here in this one rock, I have about 5 different wildflowers all growing together happy. This is Alum Root. That's medicinal. Sneaking in by it is a little yellow sedum plant adapted to extreme dry conditions. And we've got this miniature fern, some kind of fern, and actually those are fern flowers on top, getting ready to spore. And some mosses just cover all the rock surface. It's totally amazing. Along the edge we have service berry bushes. These yellow flowers we see everywhere are actually considered a noxious weed called hawkweed. And right here we have yarrow, which is a wonderful tea for detoxing fevers, and it's good for your skin. It would be good to put on a wound. The only creatures I have around me today are birdies. Right here I've got Mariposa Lily. These guys are good for lymphatic problems, hormone problems, detoxing. All of this stuff is an endangered species. So unless I found an extreme abundance, you never pick it. Or if it's right here in the nature trail campsite, I'm not going to pick anything from here. Over down here, I found something else that I'm fascinated by. It's almost fully in bloom, but this I think is called pink Spirea. Instead of the white bloom, and these are all going to be really beautiful pink flowers. These ones here are a little bit further along. Then one more gem of the woods I'll hike in and find. These big white tufts are beargrass, which really has nothing to do with bears. They just call it that. And they get really huge and they smell wonderful. For years I couldn't figure out why. They always looked like somebody picked them. I thought tourists were picking them all the time. And then one day I realized the chipmunks devour these things. And they'll bend them over sideways till they break, climbing all the way to the top like a couple of trapeze artists. And they'll take all the seeds and bury them somewhere. And then when the chipmunks forget the seeds, you'll end up with a whole new patch of beargrass. So I'm packing up camp. And for my foreign friends, I wanted to explain this is not a leave no trace campsite. People come here, it's like an abandoned gravel pit the Forest Service left behind when they build roads, and people come here to shoot guns and ride motorcycles and drink beer, and so all the gun shells and garbage from that's left behind. And the other thing is that you're allowed to leave a fire pit in a permanent campsite. And otherwise, if we were out somewhere and just made a new little campsite, we would just want to throw all the rocks in the woods and put sand on it, I suppose, just because you want to make sure the fire's out. So then it's leave no trace. You don't even leave your fire pit rocks. I didn't get up and film last night, but I could see all the lights of the valley. It was really neat to see that. We're like on the other side of the lake. There's just little towns, but they were all lit up, and then way off in the distance would be the city of Kalispell. You can almost see Glacier Park up there. This is the Swan Mountain Range. I'm getting this crazy bird's eye view of these drainages. You don't get to see them really. This water is probably clean enough for me to just drink it with no filter. Oh my goodness. A bubbling brook. Perfect refreshment. Late night confessions. This is the first time I've ever solo car camped. I've always had a gang of people or did something else, I guess. Okay, so I'm sitting in my car now, and it's kind of a little bit windy outside. I'm eating. I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of yucky. But this is what I normally eat. I'm just not hungry right now. I kind of see the sunset still out of my rear view window. And it's all cozy in here for sure. I got my chai tea. In my little go cup. Well, back to my healthy dinner. Cheers.